Hey, Coach Taylor here. When a client first comes to me, we often take some time in the beginning to look at their current reality and look at it with a hyper awareness and a clarity like never before. I talk a lot about getting really honest with yourself, becoming a seeker for revelation, challenging your perceptions and the stories that play out in your mind. You see, most people, and especially men, become masters at avoiding realities. We stuff things down inside and we blend them up until they're unrecognizable. And in my opinion, this is one of the most important issues that most people face today. I'll even go as far as to say that achieving this type of awareness, this type of consciousness and clarity, it's more than half the battle towards creating lifelong, sustainable, radical results. But it doesn't end there either. Once my clients have achieved this type of clarity, and we keep coming back to that place as well, the conversation switches from alternating between being and doing states and being and doing states. It's not enough to just become aware. You still have to do shit. See, this was my problem years ago. After pulling myself out of a dark place, I began this intense inner dialogue to find out who I was, what I wanted out of life, who I wanted to be. I started reading, studying philosophy. I became a reader, personal development enthusiast, and eventually I even went off and spent several weeks out into the wilderness to find myself. The thing is that I still wasn't implementing any of this newfound knowledge of myself. I wasn't applying it to the results I want. I couldn't bridge the gap between my perception and the results that I desired. So during this time, I couldn't really get in the best shape I wanted. I still wasn't showing up as powerfully for myself, the people around me, and I wasn't able to achieve the type of financial health that I wanted to. And it wasn't until I reached out to some mentors, some coaches, that would later give me the tools and the sequence and the strategy to bridge that gap and take me through the daily and weekly cycle from perception to results. Perception to results. So you have to get honest with yourself. That's step one. Then you have to develop a plan to overcome all of the obstacles that stand in front of your results. After that, it just becomes about executing, period. You have to execute. And more importantly, you have to be more invested in execution instead of the outcome, right? Momentum over perfection. The results are the goal, but if you get too attached to the outcome, you're only going to get upset. You will begin once again to perpetuate stories of failure and shortcomings. Now, there's absolutely magic in reaching out to mentors that can lay out the plan, hold you to a higher standard, and if you need it, give you a swift kick to the nuts. I owe my greatest results to great mentors. And having a great mentor can literally be the difference between a man who takes more than a decade to achieve results when compared to a man who can do it in 1 to 3 years. Right now, I'm opening my doors to new clients. Now, I'm only taking on guys who are committed to becoming the strongest versions of themselves and are ready to take 100% ownership. So if you're ready to step up, take hold of your radical results, create the reality that you desire, and shoot me a message saying I'm all in. Hope this video was of value to you. I'm going to get some training in right now, throw the kettlebells around. Have a great rest of your day. We'll talk soon.